All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who will teach where I learned this truth from. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the hopeful elect that believe on this truth in sincerity. It's your brother Yahweh Khan coming through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, from the GMS Cleveland branch of Lord willing this be edifying. I'm trying not to make this too long, Lord willing. It's something I've been meditating on, that's been on my spirit, with all the things going on, amongst Israel. Got, people falling out. So like you got people falling out, men teaching false things, as far as doctrine is concerned. And it's like, the end result is that a lot of Israelites are about to burn, okay? And matter of fact, we're going to start with Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass, okay? So this is a prophecy, okay? Something that's going to happen in the future, okay? It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, okay? And that land is speaking of America, which is known as Babylon the Great, okay? Because this place will be hit with ICBM missiles, okay? So it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Now, this is where you get the phrase 2/3 and the 1/3, okay, referring to America. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, they're going to be left on the soils of America to burn in the lake of fire and brimstone, okay, for multiple reasons. And the ultimate reason is that they was wicked, okay? And going even deeper, they wasn't a part of the elect, They wasn't predestined to be delivered. But nonetheless, 2/3 will be left here on the soils, okay? And it's going to be a remnant that's going to be delivered. Okay, verse 9, and I will bring the third part through the fire. Okay, this fire is speaking of the furnace of adversity. Okay, let's go to, I think it's Isaiah 48. So I can bear with me real quick. Yeah, but Isaiah chapter 48. In verse 10, behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. What's inside of a furnace? A fire, okay? But this is a metaphorical fire, speaking of affliction, okay? I want to see what that word is for affliction real quick. Ainayah, okay? It says affliction, poverty, misery, okay? Because you will catch so much hell to the point where you feel down. But this is just a part of us being refined, purified, okay? Because when you put silver or gold in the fire, it's to take off the impurities, the things that keep it from being beautiful, so to speak, okay? Purified. Okay, so let's go back to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9. Okay, now we're bringing the third part through the fire, okay? Once again, that's that. Let's go to Sirach, the second chapter. Sirach chapter 2. Start at verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, okay? To be tempted to fall away. To be tempted to go off. That's what comes with serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because the scriptures say, if thou get us a friend, prove him first. Yahweh Shai called the believers, his disciples, okay, friends, meaning he has to prove them. Okay, another word for prove is to test or to try. Okay, and how would those tests, those trials come? Through afflictions, through tribulations, temptations. Verse 2, set thy heart aright. Okay, you can't be emotional. Okay, that's how men fall out, become emotional. Oh no, I can't be doing this. My wife leaving. She trying to take the kids. That's being emotional. You got to put that to the side. Put off from the mortal thoughts, as it says in 2 Ezra, the 14th chapter. Okay, carnal things do not matter. Okay, but it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Constantly endure, because when it comes to gold and silver being refined, they are constantly dipped in the fire. Okay, it says, and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble, meaning it can't be impulsive. Pray to the Lord and trust the Spirit. Okay. Verse 3, cleave unto him, meaning to cling, as if we were sticking to the Lord, no matter what happens. How would the Lord feel about me doing this? Okay, well, the scriptures say I should go about this in this manner. Okay, that's a part of cleaving unto the Lord. Okay, It says, hold on, let's see real quick. Come back to this. Sirach chapter 25, verse 12. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Because you're not going to hold on to something if you don't trust and hope and for it to benefit you. Okay? If you don't trust and hope for it to bring forth the results that you expect. You know, and the results that we expect from us sticking and holding fast until Yahweh Shema Shah, okay, is us being delivered, okay, us receiving the kingdom, you know. But let's go back to Sirach chapter 2, verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, but that thou mayest be increased at thy last end, okay. And the ultimate increase is us receiving salvation and rulership. But you get, brothers get small increases, you know, in their walks, because it's ups and downs in this truth. The Lord will bring you down to lift you up, okay? Then bring us back down to keep us humble. But nonetheless, the point is, cleave unto him and depart not away. Verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, whatsoever, whatever type of hell, whatever situation brothers get put in, it says, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Why? Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Okay. Now within the nation of Israel, you got different type of vessels, so to speak. Okay. You got hold on, let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 2, I believe, verse 21. Wait. Oh, verse 20. But in a great house, there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, okay, but also of wood and of earth, okay, and some to honor and some to dishonor, okay. So you got some that's gonna be accepted in the eyes of Yahweh by Shema Shah. You got some that's not, okay. Going back to the 2/3, you know. So let's go back to Zechariah chapter 13 to finish that out, verse 9. And the third part. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. Okay, let's read that in the NLT. Zechariah 13 and 9. I will bring that group through the fire and make them pure. Okay, it says, I will bring that group through the fire and make them pure. I will refine them like silver and purify them like gold. They will call on my name, and I will answer them. I will say, these are my people, and they will say, the Lord is our power. Okay, and that's going to be, you know, a demonstration of the elect trusting in Yahweh by Shema Shah. Okay, and him crowning, Yahweh Shah crowning the elect. But to bring it full circle, a lot of people is about to burn. Okay, we just read 2/3 going to be cut off and die. But let's go to Revelation chapter 21. You know, and I'm going to close with this. Verse 7, he that overcometh shall inherit all things. Overcome what? The sufferings, the trials, the tribulations, the afflictions, the hour of temptation, ultimately, which is the final exam. Brothers go through small exams on a day-to-day basis, okay? You end up in situations because the Lord wants to see if we're going to apply wisdom, okay? To see if we're going to trust and have faith in him. But the ultimate exam, okay, Revelation 3 and 10. You know, let's go there real quick. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. I'm going to read KJV then the LT. He says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Okay, patience meaning what? To suffer. Okay, we suffering right now on a small scale, and the suffering is going to intensify and increase. Persecution going to come. We're going to be persecuted by those who may seem like that we on good standards with. You know, prior to Jacob's trouble, when Jacob's trouble hit, we're going to have certain of our family and whatnot trying to turn us in. We're going to have Esau, Edom trying to he going to be putting certain brothers to death. Okay, this is all going to be a part of the suffering. But you got to keep the word, man. You got to constantly believe, constantly have faith. Carry yourself as Yahweh Shah will carry yourself. Okay, it tells you in Hebrews 2nd chapter, the captain of our salvation was made perfect through sufferings. Okay, so it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay, try the people to see and test who is going to submit to Esau Edom in his digital all, okay? And who is going to rely on Yahweh by Shema Shah? Because when you read in NLT, Revelation 3 and 10, because you have obeyed my command to persevere, Speaking it to the believers, because the believers will persevere. What does it mean to persevere? Okay, let's go into the etymology. Persevere. To persist in what one has undertaken. To pursue steadily a design or course. Okay. To continue. To endure. Continue steadfastly. Persist. Okay. Let's scroll down. Look, it says to be persistent. Refuse to stop. Okay. When all else fails, when all odds are against us. Okay, Lord, we have the elect, because the elect will refuse to stop calling on the names. They're going to refuse to stop believing and carrying themselves and being examples of the believers, as Paul told Timothy. That's what persevering is, refusing to stop no matter what happens. Okay, Romans the 8th chapter, at the latter end, Paul said, who shall separate us from the love of Yahweh Shah? Shall tribulation, shall famine, shall distress, shall persecution, shall the sword? Okay, meaning what's going to make us stop? Nothing. Okay, that's because we was commanded to persevere. Okay, jump back to Revelation 3:10 in NLT. Because you have obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world. And those who belong to this world gonna carry attributes to this world. Okay, they're gonna think like this world, but the elect don't belong to this world. Okay, John 15th chapter, Yahweh said, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you." You know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just go there real quick. John chapter 15 and verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. He may give it you. Okay. It says, these things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Okay, because Yahweh Shah came in the flesh, and when he was in the flesh, guess what? He was ridiculed. Okay, he was they spoke about him as if he was a devil, and they go do the same to the men he chose, that he chose. You know, Lord, will we of those men? Okay. But verse 19 says, if ye were of the world would love his own. And we see that the world does not agree with us. We preach about the downfall of society, the crashing of the dollar, the rolling in of the tidy technology, the famines, people starving to death, watching their kids starve to death, the martial law. This is the things we prophesy about. And the world does not like to hear these things, because these things are evil. Okay, Eve meaning time, ill, bad, meaning these things will bring bad times. The world don't want to hear about bad times. Everybody is focused on living the American dream, which is turned into a nightmare. But nonetheless, it says, if ye were of the world was love his home. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Okay. But point being, he said, Yahushua said he chose the elect out of the world. I mean, they don't belong to this world, so they're going to persevere. Okay. They're going to continue. Okay. Steadfastly. I mean, they're going to stand firm for Yahweh Shema Shah. When Esau, Edom is trying to make them take the charagma, which would be a physical thing, you know. Why? Because they don't belong to this world. Let's read Revelation 3:10 in the NLT one more time. Revelation chapter 3 verse 10 in the NLT. Because you have obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world. Okay, and they're going to fail that test because they belong to this world. And ultimately, they're going to get hit with ICBM missiles. They're going to be missile food. They're going to be getting zapped by the chariots, which the world didn't really know as UFOs. But Revelation 21 and verse 7, he that overcometh, meaning those that overcome the temptation, okay, the adversity, it says, shall inherit all things. Okay, meaning what? Okay, the earth, because the earth was created for our sakes. Not only that, but the heathen nations. Revelation, the 2nd chapter, Yahweh shall say, he that overcometh shall rule over the nations with the rod of iron, roughly paraphrasing. Even as he had received of his father, which goes back to Psalms, the 2nd chapter. Okay, so that's the part of things we're going to inherit, you know, ruling over the heathens. You know, having eternity to deal with different women, you know. But nonetheless, it says, and I will be his power and he shall be my son. Okay, verse 8, that's the point, okay, bringing the full circle, because a lot of Israelites are about to burn, okay, and this shit is not a game, okay, and that's going to be manifested more and more, okay, the closer we get to the end, But it says, but the fearful, okay, because when you read the parable of the sower, it tell you how some fell on stony ground, meaning they never was truly rooted. They never truly had faith. So when persecutions, trials, tribulations, and things of that nature, the cares of this world come, they fall out, okay, because they fear what the world gonna think, okay. They fear losing carnal things and stuff like that, okay. So it says, but the fearful and unbelieving, okay, those who hear the word and don't and think that we bug outs, we going crazy, we we bombs, okay. It says, and the abominable, those who take pride in eating shrimp, crab, and lobster, take pride in being moles, being the alphabet gang, take pride in getting abortions. Okay, it says, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, those who do witchcraft. It says, and idolaters, and all liars, because you got liars amongst Israel teaching lies. Okay. Yahushua said the spirit of truth of God, okay, the disciples unto all truth. So meaning if it's different, if it's people teaching different things, one of them have the truth. So everybody else will be liars. And guess what? Reading on, shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone. The end result of World War III, America being turned into a literal lake of fire and brimstone, which is the second death, okay, which is soon to come, okay. But I just had to, Lord willing, that was edifying. Point being, a lot of Israelites are about to burn. Closing, I'm going to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well, teach over, I learned this truth from. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the hopeful elect that believe on this truth and sincerity. Till next time I say, Kwam Yasha Allah wa Mawaf La Babo Shalom.